Hello friends, my name is Ugly Fish and this video should have been posted before the end of 2020, but I lost all the footage. So I replayed the game from the start to re-record it all, and then when I was ready to edit it, ate a whole bag of spinach and was incredibly ill for about 3 days. So, Happy New Year! What you'll be watching now is the footage from the second playthrough, but with my commentary from the first, so fingers crossed it syncs up well. Hello friends, I am playing the second half of Beyond Blue. Last time I managed to communicate with the sperm whales. Now I'm off to find a missing drone and to pick up one of the tags which has supposedly fallen off a sperm whale. I don't think it has. I have a little theory and it is quite miserable, but I think the whale is dead and I'm going to discover a whale fall. So because I'm looking for the mapping drone, this area isn't mapped whatsoever and it's also quite heavily structured. Based on the depth I'm at, I think this is the abyssal pelagic zone, but I could be wrong. I could have just made an absolute fool of myself there. Oh, I'll follow the shark. I have got to admit, every corner of this dive is bringing me absolute terror. I do not know what is waiting in the dark for me. That says unidentified. It just says 7-armed octopus. I've discovered that. That's a brand new species.
Sorry, didn't copy that.
I'm really proud of myself there, and Andre's not even bothered or can't confirm it with one scan. Confirm it. I'd like to name it. I don't know what I'm going to name it. Oh, I'm going to follow it into the little cave. Is that a good idea? Is this setting me up for an ambush? I might not even reach the ambush because surely I'm going to get stuck in this. There's no way. Oh, what a horrible way to go. I didn't go, I escaped it, I'm free. But apparently now there's an underwater volcano, so this is just the level that keeps giving this one. Scan activity from a safe distance. I mean, it's an underwater volcano. There's only kind of really one way I can go. I don't even know what way I'm meant to swim past it. I know that I can't die on this game, but I'm still terrified of underwater Pompeii. So I found the mapping drone, and the reason that had died was because the hydrothermal vents that they thought were inactive were actually active and melted it. I also found another scanner, but it wasn't the scanner from the sperm whale. And now I've found these pipes and some grinders, which is kind of indicative of underwater sea floor mining, which is really dangerous. And it has got me even more convinced that just to top this level off, I am going to find a dead whale. It feels like a ghost train with all the darkness and then the odd flashing lights and plumes of smoke. If you told me this was Alton Towers, I would... Oh, look at that whale fall. So, as far as I'm aware, and I could be given this definition wrong because I am only a level 3 marine biologist, whale fall is when the carcass of a whale falls to the ocean floor and it becomes a food source for creatures on the ocean floor, and it can become in its own right, its own ecosystem. They can last for decades, so this one's been eaten pretty quickly by the looks of it. Look at all the creatures on it as well. That's so many spider crabs, that's really unnerving. And they've got through it with some pace. It's not the baby whale, is it? And they've eaten it so quickly because it was the baby, so it was smaller. No, there'd have been more attention on this if this was the baby whale. There'd have been a cutscene where she cried. Surely. I've got to zoom scan the fluke next anyway, so I'll be able to identify it from that. Unless it's totally rotten. Is the tag on the fluke, or am I looking for a pattern? And I'm so bad at controlling this drone as well. I'm sorry if I hit you. Oh my god, I did. Sorry for the disrespect there, dead whale. Dead whale A2. It's not Andrea, she was A17, I think. So, rest in peace, A2 the whale. I just had a group call with the other scientists. They sort of gave me the option of figuring out what was going on with the whales or with the sea miners. I actually don't think it would have made a difference to the gameplay, whichever one I picked. But I picked going to see if all the whales were okay. The theory that's going around at the minute is that the whales have ingested some harmful algal blooms and it's poisoned them. They can be, algae like that can be toxic. So I am taking samples from the sperm whales, but also samples from other animals in the area to see who exactly has the toxin and try to narrow down the area that it's from. The sperm whales are up there in the distance. Every other animal I've scanned this whale shark, I've scanned some orcas, I've scanned some dolphins. They haven't necessarily been healthy. The orca was down as malnourished, but none of them have had toxins in, which leads me to believe the sperm whales definitely will. So let's have a look. They look really weird like this. Yep, low-level toxin detected. I was going to try and be optimistic for a second there and say low-level toxin isn't that bad. That could just make them feel a little bit sick, but it was enough to kill A2, the whale, wasn't it? God rest his soul, rest in peace. So I'm a little bit worried, especially if the baby gets sick. Will she have a weaker immune system? Was A2 the oldest whale and that's why it killed him? Because I haven't seen an A1 so far. I've seen A3, A9 and A14, I think. If the mother took on the toxins while she was pregnant, will that mean the mother was vulnerable and Andrea's got a higher concentration as well? This is really worrying. And I think the thing that's upsetting me most about this game is there's nothing I can do about it. This is nature. Another dive. Last dive? Oh, what a shame. And that is so ominous as well, because why is it the last dive? Is it because Andrea and the mum are going to be dead? Do I die? Why would it be my last dive? I've realised this is all quite pessimistic of me. I've watched enough BBC documentaries in my time to get really attached to the lovely cute baby animals and then in the next shot for them to be dead. So thank David Attenborough for that one. Normally you can see even the outline or the shadow of the whales by now. I can't see a thing, and there's a cutscene. Oh my god, the mum's dead. I think. It's very hard to tell. If she isn't, she is most definitely on her way out. So actually, I think I'd rather she be dead. I don't want to watch a whale die. Oh no, she is dead, isn't she? And Andrea's crying. She's going in for a little hug off her dead whale mum. What is going on with this game?
The whales that we tested
I didn't expect to get this emotional.
so we do not believe they will suffer
I didn't
from
want. What a way to end 2020. It's been the worst year ever, and now the whale's mum is dead. Right, I need to scan Andrea, but she keeps spinning and I can't control these drones to make sure that Andrea doesn't have any of the toxin in. But if the mum has ingested the toxin, surely in the womb Andrea would have got the toxin? Andrea appears healthy. Right, I don't claim to understand that at all, but good. What's going on now? As if she hasn't had enough. What's happening? Is it her aunties? Are her aunties coming to protect her? Oh my god, it's the killer whales. She's going to survive the toxin and get killed by the killer whales. This is absolutely not on. What is this game playing at? Killer whales will definitely try and have a pop at a baby whale. You don't need to have a pop at the baby whale. There's a big dead mum that you can eat there. Why am I hanging round as well while killer whales want to eat things? Oh, deceased. Oh, rest in peace, A12, the whale. At least you managed to have Andrea. What's going on? Is it going to be sharks now? Oh, it's echo clicks. Oh, her aunties have come and protected her. She's back in the pod. The orcas have gone. Andrea lives another day. She's an orphan now, but, you know, she's alive. And they're all just going to swim off into the gloom. Clearly whales don't bury their dead. Well, we saw that. They become whale fall. Or get eaten. Oh, there she is. And there she fades out. The only thing sadder than that would have been some kind of A12, the whale montage. And there's the whale fall again. Oh my god, so it was a montage. A two-part montage of all the dead whales that I couldn't save in this game. This game hits too close to home. Because I've never ever saved a whale in my life. So does that mean by proxy I've got whale blood on my hands? I stayed close to home with Nana until she passed. So there was a sort of sub-story running through this that I never showed because, you know, got to keep these videos small. My audience retention isn't good as it is. That was about my nan, who used to be a free diver and marine biologist herself, and she had dementia, and now she's dead as well. Get the violins out. 2 years later in the Western Pacific, is it going to be my body now, just floating? Getting killed by some orcas. I went through the bloom as well. Oh no, I can calm down. This looks happy. Andrea's still here, and there's a new baby whale. That's good. Circle of life. We've ended on probably the happiest note that this game could give at that point. So that obviously seems the perfect point to end. This was, despite the tragic ending, a really nice game, and I think it definitely has a really important place in maybe senior schools. In biology lessons, it can be a bit repetitive. There was a lot of swimming and scanning and not much else, but I did really enjoy playing it, and actually genuinely I feel like I learned a lot from it. It was possibly a bit more emotional than I thought it would be, but there's nothing wrong with that really, is there? So as always, thank you very much for coming along with me. If you enjoyed the video, please consider giving it a like below, and if you'd like to see more content from me, feel free to subscribe to the channel. It will be lovely to see you again, whatever I get up to next. So until then, bye!